What is good, everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, and today we're going to do a better late than never product review of my interface that I've been using for the past, I would say, month and a half, almost 2 months now. The Presonus Quantum 2 Thunderbolt interface, one of their flagship interfaces. I've had this interface for a while, really been putting it through its paces, and I think it's time to finally do a review about it, let you guys know what I like about it, what I don't like about it, who I think this is for, and just a general overview. So yeah, it's been a while. I've been doing a lot and I just kind of forgot about it because it's been working so good, but now it's time to actually go over it. And you might be looking at something like this. A lot of you guys have been asking about this as well. So, but before we jump into it, I do want to say big shout out to Presonus. They did not send this to me for free. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, Presonus gave this to you and paid you. No, but they did actually talk to me and help me out when choosing an interface, because I was determined between getting their Thunderbolt 3 interfaces or their new USB-C interfaces. But I decided to go with this, and I did pay this for my own money. I spent $5.99 on the interface, so it's not a cheap interface. It is an expensive interface, but you know, the cost and the benefits and the plus and all that does outweigh the price, so it is very good, and I'll talk about that. So just want to give you that before you go like, oh, this is a sponsored video, blah blah blah. No, I actually spent my own money on this, and I'm proud that I did, and I'm happy I did, and I don't regret spending my money on this interface. So let's go and talk about the interface right now. Let me turn it down. Now I will be talking through this interface the whole way with no EQ, no compression, so you can just hear the raw preamps going through my SM7B. Yeah, I would just gain stage it or normalize it at the end so you can hear it at a good volume with a limiter. But yeah, no processing on my voice at all, so you can just hear the raw vocals, so you kind of see what the preamps do and all that good stuff. So let's talk about right now. I will be having some B-roll of it throughout the video, but I'm gonna be going over what the interface is, what it does, and you know, all that. So the Quantum interface is their top of the line flagship interface. There are two versions of this interface. There is the Quantum, which is the bigger rack mounted version if you want a rack mount, and then there is the Quantum 2, which is the desktop version, the version I went to. The Quantum 2, the one I have, is $5.99 at the moment. It was $6.99. I picked it up for $5.99 with a sale, and they have sales all the time on, so look at that. And the Quantum, regular Quantum, goes for about $9.99, so about $1,000 bucks. But like I said, you're getting more preamps and stuff like that, more ins and outs and things like that. So, but basically they're already both the same interface, same converter, same preamp, same D to A, all that good stuff. Just a smaller form factor or a bigger form factor, depending on which one you want to get. And like I said, for me, I just need the desktop unit. It works fine. I'm glad with it. So, what are the differences about? So we'll go talk about the front panels of both and what the difference is and all that. Now, this is a Thunderbolt interface. It's a Thunderbolt 2 interface. The good thing about Thunderbolt is it's future-proof. Like I said, I have a Thunderbolt 3 computer, and I just got a little connector, plug it up, boom, works flawless. Very good. USB Type-C and Thunderbolt are the way to go, in my opinion. USB 2 and 3 are starting to die off, so you need to future-proof yourself. USB Type-C or Thunderbolt is the way to go for the future. Now, when it comes to the Quantum, on the front panel of the Quantum 2, and I'll go over the differences between them when I get to there is some differences in them. So the Quantum 2 is a, like I said, is a desktop unit. I won't say portable, but it is very small. It's very light. When I first took it out the box, it is a very light interface. I almost thought it was empty. Like, it really feels super light. But I mean, hey, I don't know what they did inside, but it's very light. The Quantum 2 has 2 preamps on the front and 2 preamps on the back, which are combo jacks, so you can plug in either XLR or the 1/4 inch, or the XLR or a 1/4 inch input. And the thing I like about it is they're smart connectors, so when you plug in either or, it automatically knows which one it is, and it will switch between line level and mic level automatically, or you can switch it for yourself, which is pretty cool. I don't see many interfaces doing that, but it's nice to see that they're doing it. Now, these are remote controllable preamps. That means you can recall your settings, so you can actually save settings inside of it and recall them, or you can control it with the app wirelessly through Wi-Fi and stuff like that. And also you can control it through Studio One. That's one thing I like about the interface, which you touch about that in a moment. So they are controllable. Now, they do have a input knob. The selectors where you go left and right, so you can go through all your preamps. If you got more connected to it, you can go through them. And then it has the knob on the front that controls the volume. Very smooth, very responsive, very nice. Then you have a 48 volt phantom power switch, and it's on all the preamps, so you can actually have individual phantom power for each preamps, which I really do like that, because some preamps or some microphones do not need phantom power, like ribbons, and you don't want to send phantom power through them because you can damage them. So it's good that they have independent preamps or phantom power for each preamp. Then on the Quantum, here's when the difference comes. The Quantum 2 only has a A/B button, which is basically it allows you to hear 2 different sources through your headphones. But the Quantum has a mute, dim, talk back, and I think a mute, dim, talk back, and a mono button, if I'm not mistaken. I'm a little quick. Yes, a mono button. So that's the differences when it comes to the little front panel right there. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty dope. I like that, and it's good that that's there. But I'm fine with where I got. Then you got your LEDs right beside that, and I do like LEDs more than I like the digital readouts on interfaces. I find that these are more responsive to it. That's just a personal preference. And they also have a blue dot at the top that indicates on all of them, that indicates if you have phantom 48 volt phantom power activated. Now you will have 8 if you get the Quantum, and you only get 4 if you have the Quantum 2. So that's that. And then you got your main outputs as well. Then you got your main knob on both of them, with very big main knob, turns really smooth, feels really rugged, feels good. Then you have your headphone jack and your headphone volume. Now with the Quantum 1, the rack mount unit, Quantum 1, with the Quantum, you do have 2 headphone inputs, and on the Quantum 2 you only have 1, which isn't a bad thing. I have a headphone amplifier, so I'm good on there. But if you want, 2 or more, there you go, there's that there. But it's pretty good. The headphone amps, not the loudest, in my opinion. They are really loud, but I feel like they can go a little louder. You would think they go a little louder, but they do it pretty loud. That's one thing I had to get used to, but I guess that's because my headphones take a little bit more drive to go, but it's what it is. Now we're gonna talk to the back. Like I said, there are 2 inputs on the back. But like I say, if you get the Quantum, you have 8, of course, because it's a rack mount unit, so you have more preamps. Then you have the line level outputs. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the Quantum 2. I think it is 6 on the Quantum. So like I said, you just get more ins and outs on the Quantum versus the Quantum 2. To be expected. Desktop mounted unit versus rack mounted. To be expected. So just keep that in mind what it is. So, but like I said, I got 2 main outs and I got 2 extra outs to route to wherever I need to go, whatever. Then you have word clock in and out, which is super dope. You don't see that on a lot of interfaces, even higher end interfaces that are 1,000 or up. You don't see word clock in and out. So it's kind of good that they got that. If you're using word clock or syncing it to other digital clocks or anything like that, then it's good that they have that right there. So just keep everything in sync and keep everything. I guess I don't know too much about clocking, but it does help in some way, which I need to do my research on that. Then you have SPDIF in and out. So any digital processing units right there, you have SPDIF. Then you have the ADAT in and out, and you have 2 ins and 2 outs of ADAT. So you have a lot of ins and outs. I think you have up to 16, or I think it's like 16 or so ins and outs, and you have like 24, it's like 16, 24, something like that. It's a 22 by 24. So I mean, I think it's like 22 ins, 24 outs, and that's with the desktop unit, and it's the same with the Quantum as well. I think it's a little bit more with the Quantum. So that is amazing. You can actually have a lot of ins and outs going on with the Quantum. If you put like the DP88, I think that's what it's called, which is like their preamp or ins and outs, just strictly preamp rack mount unit, then you can control all that through the Quantum by itself, which is pretty dope and pretty amazing. So I do like that. Also, it has 2 Thunderbolt connections, because you can daisy chain these, meaning you can actually run up to 4 Quantums at the same time. So I can actually just get another Quantum and plug it into this Quantum, and with 1 cable plugged to my computer, and then I have them all connected together. So that is dope as well. And that's one thing I like about this interface, is that I can daisy chain. So if I want more ins and outs, I can just get another Quantum or the DP88 or something like that and connect it straight to here, and boom, I can expand it really easy without having to buy sell this and then buy a new interface, just spend more money. And just boom, buy me save some money by just buying, like I said, the DP88 or something like that, which I'm probably gonna get in the future. It also has MIDI in and out. Dope. Good to have MIDI in and out. Gotta love in and out. You got your Kensington lock on top, and then you have your actual power plug, and that is a locking power plug. So if you don't have a locking power plug, then something is wrong with you at this point. Especially if you're spending, like I said, $600 on an interface, it better come with a locking port, or else I'm gonna be sorely upset. Straight up. And that's about it. And also there's a power button on the front, forgot to mention that. So that's pretty much the whole layout of the Quantum and all that. Now the Quantum does come with the amazing, in my opinion, it's not amazing, I take it back, it's amazing, but it's not at the same time, because there are some quirks with it. But the universal control software, and it just allows you to be able to control all your inputs, all your outputs, and also you be able to see levels and stuff like that. And also if you have anything plugged up through ADAT, you can control all the preamps through ADAT on here. The routing is not really the best for this, because most of the routing you're gonna be doing is inside of Studio One, which does come with a copy of Studio One Artist. And I need to ask them, can I give away my copy of Studio One Artist? Because I have a free copy of Studio One, and I might give it away to one lucky person who's watching this video. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do that. If I can do that, I'm gonna pick one lucky person in the comments to receive a version of Studio One, a free version, and then it's only like half off to upgrade to professional. So you might want to copy Studio One, who knows? So yeah, but the control, it does what it does, but most of the routing is gonna be done inside of Studio One, and that's where a few of the issues come with when it comes to this interface, is the fact that there is no internal routing to it. There is no DSP, and the reason they did that because they want to keep the cost down. So you know, most interfaces that have DSP in it, you can internally route stuff, and you know, it runs effects on it and all that good stuff, like the Apollo series and stuff. But this doesn't have DSP on it, so all the routing is done within inside of the software, which it works flawlessly. Like, don't get me wrong, because it's a Thunderbolt interface, there's no latency, zero latency, sounds great, it's amazing. It's just, you know, if you're used to hearing yourself back without a DAW, you won't get that. But when you're in a DAW, let's say I'm running at like 64 samples right now, I can hear myself in real time, no latency, no nothing, it sounds great, and I love that. And people record the same thing. So yeah, that's just a small little issue that I had with it. You know, I got used to it, and I was cool with it. And when it comes to Studio One, you control the preamps went through Studio One, so you control phantom power, the preamps, the routing, everything through Studio One, so you don't even have to touch that. You control all that stuff, which is amazing. You can automate the preamps, all that good stuff. Yeah, that is amazing right there when it comes to that, and that's why I like, because it integrates with Studio One flawlessly, and that's the reason I picked it. And another reason I picked it because I picked it up is because I really didn't need the DSP. Like, I was looking into getting another Apollo interface, but like I said, you buy the Apollo, and then, you know, for what, $700 you get the Solo. It's come with one DSP chip, and then, you know, that's not enough to run plugins, so you're gonna buy a satellite, or you buy more, and it's just more and more and more and more money being spent in that point. And with Thunderbolt, because it's such a low latency and you ain't gotta worry about that, you can run plugins in real time and not have to worry about latency or anything like that. So I can run all my compressors, EQs, reverbs, all that in real time while I'm talking, podcasting, recording, whatever. No latency, my artists can hear it in real time, they get a better feel for it, and it works pretty good. And also, I found that the Presonus interfaces now, when I tried out the Antelope, the Focusrite, and the Apollo Thunderbolt interfaces, they all had issues on Windows. The drivers sucked on Windows, like absolutely were trash on Windows. The Mac drivers, amazing, flawless, no problem. But when it came to Windows, their drivers were just garbage. The Presonus drivers have been good. Like, the day I got it, I have no problems with it. Everything works: Discord, Skype, Facebook, streaming stuff, my OBS, everything works flawlessly in that. No issues, no pops, no crackles, no problems. And that's what really sold me on this interface over the other ones, because I'm a Windows based user in my home studio, and because the drivers are good for Windows, it just worked and I didn't have no issues with it. So that's one reason I bought it. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what else much to say about it, except it's just a good interface. I mean, like I say, it's not too expensive, but for what you're paying, $600, you get a lot of ins and outs, a lot of control. You get Studio One, you also get a bunch of plugins. Ins and outs are great. I mean, it's overall, it's a great interface, and compared to the other competition, you're getting more than, you know, what the other guys are offering for the same price. And like I said, the reason they did that is because they took out the DSP from the USB 3 version to keep the cost down. So I do like the fact that they did that, and so far I had no issue with this interface. It works great, and because it's Thunderbolt, I'm future proof. I don't have to worry about latency or any issues like that, and it's just rock solid on Windows, and it works for me, and I'm happy with it. And I am going to expand it as well, and it has expandability on top of that, so I'm not going to be constricted to just this desktop unit. I can expand it at any time and, you know, do good. So yeah, that's really it about it. I mean, there's not much I can say without, you know, I mean, just, I guess, rambling on about, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. That's really it. I will leave a link in the description below where you can check out this product yourself, the full list. Also will leave a link where you can purchase one of these yourself if you decide to do it. Like I said, In my opinion, I like the interface. I'm not trying to sell you on this interface. I'm just telling you guys why I picked it, why I like it, and if it's something you're interested in, then hey, you know, you can check it out yourself. And if you got any questions, also please leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them so I can help you guys out. So if you are thinking about this, hopefully I can help you answer the question. Make sure you're making the right purchase. And end of the day, the Quantum 2 works flawless for me, and I love it. And it's a great interface, like I said, because I'm now on Studio One. Yeah, it just works in my workflow, and that's great. So with that being said, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I do want to say thanks to the guys at Presonus for actually helping me out and talking to me. Great company. So if you ever got questions, you can hit them up on their social media, and they'll get right back to you and help you make the decision, because that's how they help me. And yeah, I mean, it's just a great overall interface. So with that being said, I don't know what's more to say. So yeah, with that being said, you know what it is, your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different. Like I said, this is the better late than never product review of the Quantum 2. If you got any questions, leave them in the description below. Y'all know who it is. Not motivated by the money, but the like, comment, subscribe, and views. And with that being said, got any questions, ask me, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.